No one expected that the meeting of two BTS members, Park Jimin and Jungkook, on the big screen would be one of the most historic moments in Korean entertainment. After years of being known as a duo full of harmony on the music scene, now both are expanding their wings to the world of cinema and manage to rock the public with incredible performances. The film they starred in together was not just a visual masterpiece. It was an emotional story that touched the hearts of millions of viewers, taking them on a journey full of wounds, forgiveness, and fragile human beauty. Jimin, who has always been known as a gentle and sensitive figure, managed to amaze the world with such an emotional role. He plays a character named Jiho, a man who loses his way after a deep breakup with his childhood best friend, played by Jungkook. Although simple on the surface, the film holds a depth of meaning about time, distance, and things that cannot be said in words. In each scene, Jimin shows that acting is not just talking in front of the camera, but channeling the most honest feelings from within. The opening scene of the film is enough to keep the audience glued. Jimin stood by the river with a blank look, staring at the darkening sky. No dialogue, just the wind and the sound of his steps on the gravel. But in that silence, all the spectators could feel the feeling of loss that infiltrated subtly into the heart. The scene became a symbol of Jimin's acting power. Calm, minimalistic, but very emotionally striking. Jungkook, who plays a character named Hanul, appears with firmness and strong energy. He plays a character who tries to return to the past after years of separation from Jiho. In their emotional journey, the audience is presented with tension, warmth, and sadness that feels so real. The two created an intense chemistry not just because of their long friendship in the real world, but because they seem truly alive in each other's roles. Since its premiere at the Busan International Film Festival, the film has immediately become a talking point among critics. Many praised Jimin's transformation as a mature actor. One noted critic from the Korea Herald wrote, "Jimin doesn't try to be an actor. He becomes his character. Every movement of the body, every exhalation, feels sincere." A positive review also came from Variety, who called that Jimin's performance blurs the line between music and acting, making him a true artist. Not only critics, the public was also amazed. The cut of the scene of Jimin shedding tears in the rain went viral on social media with millions of views in a short time. Army around the world flooded the comments with words of admiration. "I even forgot it was Jimin BTS," one fan wrote on Twitter. "He really turned into that character. I cried involuntarily." What made Jimin's performance even more remarkable was his deep preparation. In an exclusive interview, he admitted to doing personal research to understand the emotional condition of someone who has lost their way in life. He reads psychology books, talks to counselors, even writes a daily journal from his character's point of view. "I don't want to just act," she said softly. "I want to live as Jiho, feel her pain, her confusion, and finally find forgiveness." The filming process was not without challenges. There is a scene where Jimin has to hold back tears for 5 whole minutes without dialogue. The director had wanted to cut the scene, but Jimin asked for one more chance. As the cameras began to rotate, he completely dissolved in his emotions until the entire crew fell silent. When the scene was over, the room was silent. The director shed tears and only spoke softly, "We will not be able to repeat such a beautiful scene again." On the other hand, Jungkook played his role with great strength and sincerity. He portrays the stubborn yet fragile side of the man inside, and the chemistry between him and Jimin becomes the heart of the film. In many interviews, Jungkook admitted that playing alongside Jimin made him more daring to show his vulnerable side. "I trust him completely," Jungkook said. "If it wasn't for Jimin, I might not have been able to do that scene honestly." The film is also known for its highly artistic shooting. Each color and lighting is designed to reflect the mood of the characters. In the streetlit nighttime scene, Jimin's face looked faint, but his eyes reflected a soft light that described the hope that still remained. These cinematic details make the film feel more like a living painting than just a story. Shortly after the release, the world of international cinema began to pay attention. Film festivals in Europe and America are reportedly competing to show this work. Some even called the film a strong candidate for international acting awards, especially for Jimin, who is said to be able to touch the hearts of cross-cultural audiences. Meanwhile, the media in Japan, Thailand, and Indonesia also highlighted the emotional connection that looks very natural between Jimin and Jungkook. Many judged that their close relationship as best friends in the real world helped create a depth of on-screen interaction. Even so, both affirm that they still separate reality from roles. "We know when to be a character and when we're just Jimin and Jungkook," Jimin said. "But of course, there's a part of us that comes alive in the film." Jimin's calmness and seriousness in answering questions amazed many journalists. There is no arrogant impression, only the sincerity of an artist who wants to convey something from his heart. "I'm not trying to be perfect," she said in an interview with Esquire Korea. "I just want to make people feel something." While fans continue to flood theaters, the industrial world is also starting to move quickly. The production house received many offers of cooperation from abroad, and some Hollywood directors were even reportedly interested in working with Jimin in the future. "He has something that can't be taught," said one of the film's producers from Los Angeles. "A silence that speaks louder than words." The success of the film also had a big impact on BTS as a whole. Although the members are now busy with individual projects, the public found the film to be an emotional bridge that reminded them of the strong bond between the members. Many ARMY wrote on forums that the film feels like a love letter from Jimin and Jungkook to each other, and to fans who have been with them for years. When asked if he would return to the film world, Jimin replied cautiously, "Maybe. But I want to make sure every project I do has meaning. I don't want to do it just because people want more." That answer reflected the perfectionist and sincere side that had made him so likable. The film continues to be shown in various countries with great response. Audiences from all backgrounds were touched by her story. Many said that the film made them reflect on loss, forgiveness, and unspoken love. In every comment that appears, Jimin's name is always called in a respectful tone, not just as an idol, but as a real artist. Some entertainment analysts even refer to Jimin as a symbol of the evolution of the Korean entertainment industry. From an idol who ruled the global stage to an actor who ruled the screen of human feelings. "He is not just transforming," wrote one of the journalists. "He reminds us that the boundary between music and film is only an illusion if a person really loves art." Now, when the glare of the spotlight begins to subside and the cinema screen slowly darkens, all that remains is a warm feeling that is difficult to explain. The film may have ended, but its influence continues to resonate in the hearts of the audience. And in the midst of all the applause, accolades, and compliments that came his way, Jimin stood with his trademark proving that true beauty in art doesn't need to scream to be heard. In his emotional role alongside Jungkook, Jimin not only managed to make the world cry, but also reminded everyone of the power of honesty in art. He's not trying to be perfect, he's just trying to be human. And that's what makes it so unforgettable.